Hi, Andrea Lewis here. I wanted to talk about why it's so important to forgive. And in today's video, I will be sharing 4 tips to cut the ties that bind you. um, there was a common misconception about forgiveness that it's a one-time deal. Many of us believe that we forgive the person and the issue is resolved. I've heard my clients say, "Oh, I've already forgiven that person." Yes, this is true. You did. However, there is still more. Just look at any area in your life where you feel stuck. So, whenever the injustice occurred, or however we felt wronged, at the time it was too painful to process all of the emotions. So our body stored it away until it is ready to be healed. So just imagine you're like a rose. You're unfolding petal by petal to reveal the light within you. So one petal might be anger towards the other person. Another petal might be shame for the experience. And then another petal might be fear that it will happen again. Maybe there is a current situation that is triggering the same emotions. I personally have forgiven my family members countless times, not because it was the right thing to do, but by hanging on to the pain story, it was hindering my path and creating repeated patterns. There is actually another misconception that we're letting the other person off the hook. No, this is not true. Forgiveness is a gift that we give ourselves. So I'd like to share 4 tips to help you with forgiveness. So tip number 1, connect with the goddess Mary Magdalene. So her message actually is release unforgiveness towards others so that you can heal and move forward. So to connect with her, set aside some time where you won't be disturbed and take several deep breaths until you feel relaxed. And then just ask her for support and guidance. So tip number 2, full moons are the perfect time to shed the past. So write a letter to the person or persons, uncut. You're never going to send this letter to the other person. And before you burn it or tear it up, say aloud, "I release this. I am no longer angry, ashamed," or whatever the emotion is that it's brought up within you. Love will heal this. Tip number 3, each time we think of the person or have a memory, say for example, we're thinking back to the injustice, and you have a strong emotional charge to it, you're still connected to that person. You're still connected to that time. You're still connected to the past, which is actually your inner child who wants things to be different than it actually was. But this is impossible. So I created a free meditation, a free forgiveness meditation, where you can cut the ties that bind you. And the last tip number 4, if you still have unfinished business with a loved one in spirit and you feel stuck and you're unable to grieve your pain, find out how working with me in a mediumship session can help you heal past wounds. So I'll place the link in the below to the meditation and to the mediumship session in the comments below. So each time we forgive, we always gain a new perspective. And this insight was most likely necessary in order for us to move forward. So forgiveness is a gift that we give ourselves. It frees us from the hurt, pain, and disappointment so that we can move on and let go and live a life filled with freedom and purpose. Live more in joy. Because when we forgive, a burden is lifted. You feel optimistic, you feel joyful, you feel peaceful. So forgiveness is a process. So thank you for joining me today. And if you know someone who would benefit from today's video, I would be grateful if you shared it with them. So until next time, be well.